Hi, I'm Wendi Coker, the Assistant Director at the Betty and Leonard Phillips Deaf Action Center. Over the years, we have seen an increase in the number of incidents between officers and the deaf and hard of hearing community. I hope that this video will bring awareness to you and in return spread awareness throughout the department that you work for. Louisiana RS 46:2364 states that whenever a hearing impaired person is arrested for an alleged violation of a criminal law, now this includes a local ordinance, the arresting officer shall procure and the court will have jurisdiction over the alleged violation shall pay for the qualified interpreter translator for an interrogation, warning, notification of rights, or taking of a statement. Also, under the Americans with Disability Act, ADA, people who are deaf and or hard of hearing are entitled to the same service law enforcement provides for anyone else. You must give them the communication aids and services needed to communicate effectively. When interpreters are needed, your agency must provide interpreters who can effectively, accurately, and impartially interpret. Now, at some point in your career, you're going to come in contact with either a deaf or a hard of hearing, possibly even a deaf-blind individual. It's going to be in your best interest to know how to handle the situation. In the long run, it's going to reduce the amount of frustration for both you and them. What is a qualified, certified interpreter? It's going to be an interpreter that has training and that also has credentials. Someone that knows just a little bit of sign language is not an interpreter. Therefore, you cannot use them to interpret for you. When working with an interpreter, always ask them to see their badge. If they work for us, it's going to look something like this. Also, it is inappropriate to ask a family member or a partner to interpret. The ADA prohibits this. It clearly states that it must be a qualified or certified interpreter. And how are you going to know if they're one of those two things? You're going to ask for this. Some important facts that you need to understand about American Sign Language, ASL. That's going to help you understand the importance of having an interpreter. First of all, American Sign Language is not a written language. Therefore, you can't always write back and forth to a deaf person and just expect them to understand the message. It's the same concept as if you come in contact with a Spanish-speaking individual. Are you going to write back and forth to them in English and expect them to understand it? No. Think along the same lines with deaf individuals. Their language, their first language is not English. Also, American Sign Language is not English on the hands. It has its own grammatical structure. Now, not all deaf or hard of hearing individuals use American Sign Language, so it's going to help if you ask the individual, and you can write this, but keep it brief and simple. Just ask them their preference of communication. If you come in contact with a hard of hearing person who chooses to either speak for themselves or write, please remember the following things. Always look directly at the person. Remember, they're depending on having a clear view of your lips. And remember not to turn away from them while speaking. If at any point you feel like misunderstanding's happening, then I recommend that you write it down also for clarification. Keep the sentences simple. I'm going to give you an example. If you're wanting to write down, I pulled you over because you were speeding. You were going 65 miles per hour in a 55 mile per hour zone. I would recommend that you write, you speeding, you drive 65 in 55. Simple concepts, to the point. It's going to be easier for them to understand. Also, make sure that you're in a well-lit area. Never shine flashlights or any type of light in their faces because it makes it hard for them to see your face. And then therefore, they're not going to understand what you're saying to them. You can also use visual aids when possible, such as pointing at the information on the citation. But if you pull over a profound deaf individual and they request an interpreter, this is my advice to you. Consider what type of stop this is. Writing may be okay if this is a traffic stop, such as speeding, maybe their tail lights out, something like that. Remember to keep your sentences brief and to the point. At any time, what you thought was a traffic stop, all of a sudden turns into a stop that's going to lead to an arrest, contact dispatch immediately and get a sign language interpreter headed your way. Because remember, by law, you must provide one. You must. If they are a sign language user, and especially if they request an interpreter, you have to provide. In some instances, an officer may have probable cause to make a felony arrest without an interrogation. So you may feel like an interpreter is unnecessary, but I want you to remember that you have to read them their rights. And to read them their rights, you must have an interpreter present. I also realize that officer safety and the safety of others that are involved is a priority. So if you feel the situation's unsafe and the suspect needs to be detained to gain control of the situation, then do so. Once everything's under control, then, that may mean putting them in the back of your car or even getting them to the station where you feel like it's in a more controlled environment. Then you can call the interpreter and have them meet you at the station or head your way. Often, a deaf or hard of hearing person will hand you a card explaining their needs for an interpreter. It may look something like this. This is an example of the cards that are used in our area. This is an identification card that demonstrates that they are deaf and also that they are requesting an interpreter. It gives you the detailed information on how to get in contact with the agency. Dispatch should also know how to contact your local interpreting agency, and in that way they can get an interpreter headed your way. So to clarify, if a routine traffic stop becomes more than your average speeding ticket, you must provide an interpreter. Miranda rights can only be read to an individual with an interpreter present. You cannot read them because they can't hear. You cannot just hand them a written copy of the Miranda rights, or sometimes there's these little cards that have the Miranda rights on them and you can just hand them to the person. You cannot do that with a deaf individual. Remember, because their language is not English. So let's go over a simple scenario of why an interpreter is essential. Mr. Washington and his wife get into an altercation that leads to his wife hitting him in the face. Upon arrival, you realize that both individuals are deaf. All you know is that you were dispatched to a possible domestic violence situation. No other details. The wife speaks well enough for you to understand her, so she begins to tell you that he hit her. You then try to write back and forth with Mr. Washington, and his note looks something like this. So the note says, "Me hit, I hurt, mad." The officer could easily misunderstand this note. He could think that it meant that he hit her in the eye because he was mad. The officer could easily misunderstand this note. He could interpret it as that he hit her in the eye because he was mad. But when really the note means that she hit him, his eye is hurting and he is upset. So this shows you that ASL is not a written language, therefore often misunderstood when the deaf individual tries to write out their thoughts. Over the years, I have seen officers reprimanded. I've seen cases lost in court. I've seen agencies sued for failing to provide interpreters. Clear communication is essential for both parties involved. It's going to allow you to ask the needed questions, and it's going to also allow the deaf party to respond without frustration and also be able to clearly convey to you their side of the story. In return, you're going to know how to proceed correctly, causing less stress on an already stressful situation. Remember, it's always better to call your local agency and ask questions. Ask them, do I need an interpreter? Than to make the wrong decision and not to provide one at all.